Hey everyone! Double wave today. Today we are revisiting my favorites from October 2011. As always, I love doing these videos. I hope you love doing them too. I will keep making them until you tell me to stop. So I printed out my description box from way back then. I'm so thankful that I listed things in the description box. That is a clock you hear in the background. We do not actually have birds inside my house. It's really funny. I was reluctant to make this video because there is almost nothing on this list that I still use or like. It was a weird month. If you're interested in seeing the original products and seeing what I looked like 3 years ago, which I'm just going to tell you now was slightly scary with the makeup, what was I thinking? Anyway, that will be linked in the description box below. Also, at the end of this video, you'll notice there is a new, it's called an end slate, the little thing you see with my name and links to the last video and all that. I'm changing up my video schedule, so I thought it was time to change up the outro part of it, and I will continue to do 3 videos a week, but just for the sake of continuity and to make my life a little easier, I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So really nothing changes except the Thursday video is now going to be moved to Fridays starting next week. So Monday and Friday will be more beauty related type things, and Wednesday will be the vlogs, which I'm really having fun with. The first thing I talked about were 3 people. They were Lisa Eldridge, NurberXO, and Emily Noel 83. I am happy to say that I still regularly watch 2 out of 3. I don't regularly watch Nur anymore because Nur does not regularly put up videos anymore. But if she did, I would. And I think we all love and adore all 3 of those women. So that's all there is there. Now, I mentioned 18 things. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop looking at my lap, but the first thing I mentioned was my brand new, this is funny, iPhone 4S and the bling case that went with it. That 4S has been replaced by a 5S, and I'm not jumping on the bandwagon to get the 6 or the 6 Plus solely because I'm still in contract, so I'm not interested in paying $800 for a phone. My iPhone 4S was passed down to my older son, and then that was passed down to my youngest son, and then he recently got the new, did he get a 6 or a 5S? He got a 6. So yeah, that phone got a lot of love, and it's no longer with us. The next thing I talked about were some sunscreens by Elta MD. I do not have those anymore because, as you should know, sunscreen expires after a year, so that is gone. Elta MD is still a great brand if you're looking for a really good facial sunscreen that does not irritate your skin. I got it through my dermatologist. I think there's a lot of places to get it. But what I use most days, in fact I have it on right now, is still the Pond's Luminous Finish BB+. It has SPF 30 in it. I wear it almost every day underneath my foundation. If I don't list it in the description box, it's just because some days I'm lazier than others, but pretty much in every video you've ever seen me in, this is what I have on. I've gone through many a tube of this. And I have not clearly gotten any color on my skin. Next thing I talked about was MAC Hue lipstick, which was one of the, I don't have a lot of MAC lipsticks. I'm sorry, I feel like there's a fuzzy here. I only have about 4 or 5 of them, and this one is a very neutral nude color, and I just find that those colors don't look so good on me anymore. In the video that I did in October 2011, I was wearing a very dark smoky eye, so it is nice to pair it with a neutral color, lighter color like that. But these days, like right now, I just slapped it on over my lipstick that I currently have on, which is the Tom Ford Indian Rose. I think I'll link it below, but I think this is still a great color. If you have a lipstick that's maybe a bit too bright for your comfort, you could slap this on top and tone it down a little bit. I do like MAC lipsticks, and I don't know why I haven't bought more. Side note, if you can think of a color that you think I need, like right now I'm thinking MAC Patisserie. Anyway, list that below, and I need to do some MAC lipstick shopping. Okay, next is also a lip product. It was the Boots No. 7 Lip Liner in Nude. It was a great lip liner. I used the whole thing up, and then I think my Target stopped carrying it. I don't know what happened, but that has been replaced by the Too Faced Perfect Liner in Nude, and it is pretty darn perfect. I think it wears a lot better. It's a lot easier to use, and I don't know that it's for sure waterproof, but it is definitely water resistant. So I really like the Too Faced lip liners. I have a few of these in different colors, and they're great. So that is that. And then the next thing I talk about are a lipstick and some lip glosses. The lipstick was the Essence lipstick in Creamy Nude. I think I finally purged that. It's at least 3 years old, and it was down to the nub. It was a great nude, and if you're, I don't even know if they still make it, but if I can find it, I'll link it below because it is a very wearable nude. And then the next things were the Triple XL Nude Lip Gloss in Toffee Forever, which I have thrown out. I actually didn't even bring it out. I found it. It's gross. You should not have lip glosses that long. At least I shouldn't. It didn't hold up quite as well. And then the Sleek Pout Polish in Peach Perfection, which I still have. It's right here. I had to dig in a drawer and get it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful color. It smells so good and like vanilla frosting. It's kind of clear-ish. It has a slight tint to it. I have this and another one. I don't use these anymore, basically because hygienically it's disgusting. If you're out and about and you're putting your fingers in there and then... So while I love the concept, I don't like sticking my fingers in there. The two things I've kind of replaced this with are two different products. The first one is my all-time favorite lip balm. It's the Jack Black. This comes in a variety of flavors, scents, what have you, but I like this lemon one the best. There's a peppermint and there's not, I think, a rose one. It has SPF 25, which is very helpful. And then as far as lip glosses go, I don't wear a lot of lip glosses, but when I do, I reach for the traditional ones that aren't quite so opaque. I love the Clarins Instant Light Lip Perfector. Let's get that to you in English. There you go. This is the color, I have two. I have 01 and 05. 05 is a little more, I think, similar in color to, but see, it's kind of opaque. Not so much on the lips, I will say. It looks like a lot of color here, but when you put it on your lips, it kind of is a little sheerer. And then initially I hated these, but now I really like them, and they're the Maybelline Color Elixirs. And this one was limited edition, so we're not going to talk about it. And this one is Radiant Raspberry. So that's kind of where I'm going with the lip glosses these days. Then we talked about the Blissticks Complete Moisture Lip Treatment. That has been replaced by the Jack Black, this guy. And Obagi Elastalash Lash Serum. I didn't even finish out the month. I just can't keep up with serums and lash stuff. I'm kind of flighty that way, so I don't use it, and I'm sure I don't know where it is. So these lashes that's it. It's whatever naturally grows out of my head. That's what I'm going to use. Then I talked about the Inglot Creamy Concealer, and I really liked it. I don't have it anymore. But, ooh, I forgot to bring, but the concealer, as you know, in all my videos, it's been the same for a while, are the Maybelline Fit Me concealers. I'm really enjoying them. Although I've noticed lately they're drying a little cakier on my face. I use it for blemishes, this concealer that I'm talking about. I don't know if it's because I'm at the very bottom of the tube, and so it's just an older formula, or if maybe it's time to find a creamier, less drying formula for the face. Again, I always listen to your comments, so if you can recommend a good concealer for blemishes, not under eye, put that in the comments below. I'm kind of thinking NARS, but really to go from Maybelline to NARS, is there no middle? I don't know. Then I talked about the Sleek Face Contour Kit, just the highlighter. This still is an absolute beautiful highlighter. So this is the Sleek Contour Kit. It is a British brand, but sleekmakeup.com does ship to the US. I've ordered from there many times. I find this bronzer to be too orange and too dark for me, even though this is the light, but this is beautiful. And I have it on today. It's very subtle, and I have to say, whenever I travel, this would be the one that I would go for and put it, because look how it's clean, it's small, it's easy to pack, it's great. However, that has been replaced by the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Powder and Candlelit. It's equally tiny little packaging, and this just to me is it's a much more finely milled, it's a more golden glow. That's right there. That's really swatched heavily, but it's a little more flattering to the skin with that golden candlelight, sort of like, I think it's under the same concept as the Hourglass Ambient Powders. It's just like this glow from within. It's beautiful. I wear it on my cheekbones, the usual spots. I swirl it in my eye sockets, and then I put my shadow on top. It's just, this is a great highlighter. This is one of those foolproof, you cannot be too heavy-handed with it. It's a beautiful highlighter, and it's definitely worth every penny. Then I talked back then, 3 years ago, about the Sleek Makeup Blush in Rose Gold, and back then it was the only rose gold type blush available, and then it started sort of the trend. There it is. It's very similar actually to NARS Orgasm, and it's still a really pretty color, but I feel it's a little too gold and not enough rose. I do have it on, right there. I do have it on today, and I found that while I like the concept but not particularly the shade. So I like that glowy blush, but I have replaced that with a couple of products that are, the color I think is a little more flattering to my skin tone, and the formulation I think is a little better. And these two have come out since that release. This is the Benefit Rockateur blush, one of my all-time favorite blushes, and looks like it's a lot more subtle. It looks like that. There it is on this hand. So in that same category. And if this is a little out of your budget, similar but a little pinkier is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Color Lift Blush in Rose Gold. Oops, let me take that. Let me open this up for you. It looks like that. And similar concept. And that's swatched down the middle there. Both beautiful colors, but if it's harder for you to get your hands on sleek, try L'Oreal. And then the last, there's only a couple of things. The NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder. At the time, I loved it. As time wore on, I found it pulled kind of orange on me. And so, of course, my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Light Medium Matte Bronzer. I'm almost at pan. I will be repurchasing. Oh my gosh, love. And the e.l.f., what is it called? Translucent Mattifying Powder. I've used it up, I did, and now I've been using, to really mattify, which is the MAC Studio Fix Foundation, and I use it in the color, I think it's NW22. This sucker sets. I mean, you gotta use a light, big, fluffy brush with this thing because it can get too dry and cakey if you use it too dense of a brush. But if I powder once, at least on my dry skin, I'm never powdering again for the rest of the day, even when it gets really hot out. And the last thing I talked about was the Bodycology Brown Sugar Vanilla Body Mist and Eau de Parfum. And it's lovely, but my obsession has moved on to something else. I'm almost done. Can you see? I'm almost done with the Nest Midnight Fleur Eau de Parfum. And I'm almost out of this. I have the rollerball still, and I have a miniature version of it, and I am debating whether to repurchase this or to try something new because the seasons are changing. Although this is a lovely fall fragrance too. I don't know. I'm debating. So many new ones have been released that I'm kind of interested in trying, so we shall see. But those were my favorites back then. Remember, starting next week, videos are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Sorry, but just for my sanity, I had to space them out a little more evenly, and hopefully it'll be easier for you to remember. But if you can't remember, at the end of this video, there'll be a little thing, and it'll say videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I worked really hard on making that thing, so I hope that you like it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Monday in the next video. Bye. We are at a bar mitzvah party, and it's being held in a park, Phil Hardberger Park, at the Urban Ecology Center. I didn't even know this existed in San Antonio.